Module 4, Lecture 2, Inverting Amplifier. Inverting amplifier, another name of this one is voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Vin is applied to the inverting input terminal through the resistance R1, hence it is inverting. And output is taken through the RF and connected to the inverting input terminal. So we provided the negative feedback, hence it is called as amplifier, inverting amplifier. Voltage shunt feedback amplifier means output voltage is taken or sampled and connected to the input terminal through the connection called as shunt, hence it is called as voltage shunt feedback amplifier. V in produces an I in, it will be flowing through this node and no current will be flowing inside the inverting input terminal, so that entire I in will be taking path through the RF. So current entering is positive, leaving is negative across R1. Similarly, current entering is positive, leaving across RF. And the non-inverting terminal V1 is physically grounded. Okay, the potential here is input differential voltage EID. Since inverting input terminal I minus equal to 0, so that In equal to IF. In is V in minus V2 divided by R1, that is equal to V2 minus V out divided by RF. VID equal to V1 minus V2, that is equal to V out by A. Okay, you know that the non-inverting input terminal V1 is grounded, so that 0 minus V2 equal to V out by A, or we can write this one as V2 equal to minus V out by A. Substitute that value in the above expression, will get V in minus of minus V out by A divided by R1, that is equal to minus V out by A minus V out divided by RF. Minus of minus, this will become plus. Okay, then you can take the minus in the right hand side of this expression to get minus. Then RF will cross multiply in the left hand side, R1 into right hand side will get like this, RF into V in plus V out by A, that is equal to minus V out into R1 by A plus R1. Okay, then multiply RF in the left hand side of the expression, RF into V in plus RF V out by A, that is equal to minus V out R1 by A plus R1. Okay, keep the V in terms in the left hand side, V out terms in the right hand side. So RF into V in equal to minus V out R1 by A plus R1 plus RF by A. Take the common, okay, A is LCM, so that in the right hand side of the expression, minus V out R1 plus A R1 plus RF, and cross multiply with the left hand side, you get this expression. V out by V in is nothing but closed loop gain minus A RF divided by R1 plus A R1 plus RF. Its negative sign indicate there is 180-degree phase shift between V in and V out, because we are applying the input voltage to the inverting input terminal. Next, okay, we can represent, okay, in feedback form, AF in feedback form. So that in order to represent AF in feedback form, okay, AF equal to minus A into RF divided R1 plus RF plus A R1, divide numerator and denominator with R1 plus RF, so that we'll get AF equal to minus A into RF divided by R1 plus RF divided by 1 plus A into R1 by R1 plus RF. Why we are representing the feedback form is we need to, okay, compare this one with the non-inverting amplifier. For that sake we have done it. Then RF by R1 plus RF is called as voltage attenuative factor. So if substitute that value, you get minus AK in the numerator, and this one is beta, so that 1 plus A beta. Okay, this is the closed loop gain of inverting amplifier when A is finite. Okay, this is the feedback form representation of the inverting amplifier. The difference between non-inverting amplifier and inverting amplifier here is Okay, here it is negative, here also negative. It means that it will provide 180-degree phase shift. Next, when A is infinite, we have to calculate closed loop gain. Okay, we have to divide numerator and denominator with A in equation 2. So that this is the equation 2. If we divide with A in the numerator, minus RF divided by R1 plus RF by A. Then substitute A equal to infinite for ideal op-amp, so that the R1 plus RF by A is infinite, so it is 0. So that is equal to AF. So V out by V in equal to minus RF by R1, that is equal to AF. This closed loop gain when A is infinite. Now inverting input terminal at virtual ground. Okay, how it acts as virtual ground, that you have to clear. Okay, you know that A equal to V naught or V out by VID. VID equal to V naught by A. Okay, VID equal to V naught by infinite, because A is infinite for ideal op-amp, so that it is 0. VID equal to 0, so V1 minus V2 equal to 0, that is equal to, you can substitute, because V1 is non-inverting terminal is physically connected to ground, so V1 is 0. If V1 is 0, it will make V2 to 0 without any physical contact. It means that V1 will make V2 to become ground, that is called as virtual ground. Virtual ground, since V1 at physically grounded level, it makes V2 to become ground without any physical connection, hence the name virtual ground connection. Now you know that In equal to IF. In is V in minus V2 divided by R1, that is equal to V2 minus V out by RF. If we make V2 equal to 0 due to virtual ground, you'll get this expression. Then rearrange it, you'll get the closed loop gain AF equal to minus RF by R1 when A is infinite. Okay, Miller theorem, it is required for calculating input impedance with feedback. If any impedance or resistance is connected from input port to the output port, okay, part of the resistance will be contributed in the input side is Zi, part of the Z will be contributed into the output side is Z0. We have to calculate Zi and Z0, that is called as Miller resistances. Okay, the Miller resistance in the input side, Zi equal to Z divided by 1 plus A. This is the input impedance. Okay, next Z0 equal to ZA by 1 plus A, that is output impedance, but this is not there in the VTU syllabus. But in order to calculate input impedance with feedback, these two expressions are required. Next, input resistance with feedback, that is R in F. Okay, V in is applied to the inverting input terminal. This is the R1. This is the RF is the resistance between input port to the output port, so that its contribution will be there in the input side as well as output side. The contribution in the input side is RF divided by 1 plus A. The contribution in the output side is RF into A divided by 1 plus A. Okay, this is the circuit diagram with equivalent circuit. You know that V in is physically grounded, and okay, internal resistance of the op-amp, input resistance of the op-amp is R in. Okay, another terminal of R in is connected to V2. Then okay, this circuit will be there. Now if you look at the input resistance with feedback here, so that this resistance and these two are becomes parallel, so that RIF, input resistance with feedback, equal to R1 plus okay, this resistance parallel with Rin, RF divided 1 plus A parallel to Rin. This is the exact input resistance with feedback for the inverting amplifier. Okay, if A is very large, or ideally you can calculate the input impedance RF divided by 1 plus A. Okay, RF divided 1 plus infinity, RF divided by infinity, that will become 0. It means that this resistance and this resistance are parallel, that combination will yields 0. 0 parallel with infinite. Okay, always two resistances are parallel, always it will yields least resistance. Among these two, 0 is the least resistance. 0 resistance we will get it, so that this will become 0, so that input resistance with feedback equal to R1 in the case of ideal op-amp. Output resistance with feedback, that is R out F. It is same as the non-inverting amplifier. We have to connect the Vx voltage having the current Ix, and meanwhile we should make Vin equal to 0 by short circuiting. Okay, the same procedure, R out of equal to Vx by Ix, Ix equal to Ia plus Ib. You know that Ix equal to Ib because Ia is neglecting. Vx equal to Ix into R out plus A into VID. Ix equal to Vx minus A VID by R out. VID equal to Vin minus Vf. You know that while calculating R out, Vin is 0. So that VID equal to minus Vf, that is equal to beta into X. Substitute VID. Ix equal to Vx into A beta Vx by R out. Ix R out equal to Vx into 1 plus A beta. Vx by X equal to R out by 1 plus A beta, that is R out of output resistance with feedback is decreased by 1 plus A beta times the R out. Okay, this is the output resistance with feedback for the inverting amplifier. Next, bandwidth with feedback. Gain bandwidth product of single break frequency of op-amp is always constant because after connecting the feedback, the closed loop gain decreases. The closed loop gain decreases, the bandwidth increases. The gain is decreasing, bandwidth is increasing. One is decreasing, other one is increasing. Those two will get constant. So the gain bandwidth product is always constant. Now the bandwidth of an amplifier with feedback is always greater than without feedback. So that the bandwidth of the amplifier with feedback FF equal to F0 into 1 plus A beta. Okay, you know that F0 is the break frequency or cutoff frequency of the op-amp. We can write unity gain bandwidth equal to F0 into A. F0 equal to UGB, unity gain bandwidth by A. Substitute this value in this expression. Okay, the bandwidth with feedback equal to UGB by A into 1 plus A beta. Multiply K in numerator and denominator. FF equal to UGB by KA into 1 plus A beta into K, because we need to substitute this term as, okay, 1 over AF. So that if you substitute 1 over AF here, FF equal to UGB by AF into K. Okay, now we have to calculate the bandwidth with feedback for the ideal case. RF equal to R1, K equal to RF by 1 plus 1 into RF, so that 1 by 2 will get that closed loop gain is 1. The bandwidth with feedback for the inverting amplifier is UGB by 2. For non-inverting amplifier, it is UGB. For final conclusion is bandwidth of inverting amplifier, that is UGB by 2, is always lesser than non-inverting amplifier, that is UGB. These are the summary of inverting amplifier. This is the closed loop gain of the inverting amplifier minus ARF divided R1 plus AR1 plus RF, that is A is finite. You can write it like this, minus AK divided by 1 plus A beta. If you compare this expression with the non-inverting amplifier, AF equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta is the gain of the non-inverting amplifier. Only factor which you have multiplying is K. Okay, this is for infinite. This is for exact input resistance with feedback. This is the input resistance with feedback for ideal case. This is the output resistance. This is the bandwidth with feedback, and you can write it finally this one. Thank you.